Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. And this week, we're heading to Modern to play one of the sleepers of Modern Horizon 2, Carth the Lion and Golgari Carth Superfriends. So Carth, the card's insane. Way better than I thought it was. Draws you Planeswalkers when it comes into play or when Planeswalkers die. More importantly, it's as a +1 to any of your Planeswalker activated abilities. We back this up with a ton of Planeswalkers. Nissa Vital Force, Garruk Wildspeaker can ultimate the turn they come into play if we have Carth out. Liliana of the Veil, Liliana Dreadhorde General, Rissa Hungertide ultimate in 2 turns, and both Lilianas have pretty game-ending ultimates. We can also do some sweet shenanigans with like Karn the Great Creator. Karn does have an ultimate, but its -2 becomes a -1 with Carth, which allows us to tutor up a ton of silver bullets from our sideboard for different matchups, from removal like Engineered Explosives to finishers like Wormcoil, hate cards like Voidmere and Napping Sphere. As far as the rest of the deck, we got a bunch of ramp to speed into our big stuff, Tarmogoyf to clog up the ground, a bit of removal, mana base. I love that we have Urborg and Yavimaya giving us essentially perfect mana if we get them both, because everything's a forest and a swamp, but pretty typical Modern stuff, and that is Golgari Carth. I don't even know what else to say about this deck. We're playing Carth, we're drawing Planeswalkers, we're casting Planeswalkers, we're ultimating them super quick, maybe the turn they come into play. So let's jump into a league, see Golgari Carth Superfriends in action. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap up. Need some new Modern Horizons cards? Well, you can order them today from our sponsor Card Kingdom by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Much Abrew About Nothing time, almost set against the odds time. We are Super Friendsing Carth the Lion Super Friends in Modern, and while this hand doesn't have any ramp, which is a bit annoying, it got some Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers for days. Well, Overgrown Doom tap, pass the turn. Ramp would still be our best draw. Utopia Sprawl, perhaps? Otherwise, I mean, turn 3 Grist, turn 4 something, turn 4 something. Oh my, it's Tron. Opponent. Well, that is Utopia Sprawl. Play a forest. Utopia Sprawl. On, I guess, black. That's not bad. That might make us fast enough, depending on how insane our opponent's draw is. Power Plant. Expedition Map. Well, we'll see. Hopefully they do not have natural Tron. Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Get a Swamp. Karn, tick down. Get a Liquimetal Coating. Pass the turn. Please not Tron. Okay, no natural Tron. Opponent, Matter Reshaper. Sure. Let's Liquimetal Coating. Target Power Plant. Take up, kill it. Tarmogoyf. Go. Opponent. Alright, dismembers the Goyf. Sure. Gonna hit Karn. Does not kill it, though. Down to 1. But now we get Carth. And we get to eat another land tower. Opponent. Chalice on 1. Sure. I'll play Yavimaya. Play Carth. Get a Karn. Coating Tower. Karn Tower. Pass the turn. Alright, Carth is here. That means we can do some pretty powerful things. Opponent. I mean, opponent might just be done. Getting in at Karn. Well, I mean, we're going to block. I think our opponent's trying to hit a land. All right, Matter Reshaper into Matter Reshaper. Ooh, Eldrazi Temple is good. Let's see what we draw. That's also good. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nissa. Thanks to Carth, we can instantly ultimate. Carth triggers. Wow, Carth is sweet. Get another Nissa. Get an emblem. Windswept Heath. Draw a card. Yeah. Coating, your Eldrazi Temple. Karn, your Eldrazi Temple. Carth is pretty good. Carth is pretty good. We will pass. Wow, this is working. Opponent, another chump attack. You know, sure, go for it. Hit our Karn. I think we'd rather just not spin our opponent into a land. Like, without lands, our opponent can't do much. Opponent passes. Windswept Heath, crack it. Get a forest. Draw a card. Yes, please. Another Carth. Well, Liquimetal Coating, you're mine. When does our opponent give up? Oh, all right. Warping Whale. Sure. We will target your mine. Kill it. We will play Liliana Dreadhorde General. Make a zombie. Go. We are picking this deck apart. Picking them apart. Picking them apart. About it. Goes to combat. Attacks. Well, we'll block this time. Now we don't even care. We can ultimate Liliana here if we want to. Opponent spins into Urza's Tower. Wow. Oh no. Watch him accidentally Tron. I don't even know if it matters at this point though. Like, we're so far ahead. Even if they do have Tron here, I don't know if it matters. Wow, they do. All right. Let's see it, opponent. You got your manas. All is dust. Well, that keeps our opponent in the game. Sort of. That is the best thing our opponent could hope for. Well, Carth gets a Liliana. We draw a couple cards. I still don't think this is going to matter in the end, though. Carth too good. Okay. Well, opponent got their best possible flip. I guess that's a reason to not block the Mana Reshaper. But we get to Liquimetal Coating, Tower, Karn the Tower, Field of Ruin, draw a card. And opponent... Look at the hand! Look at the hand of value. That was insane. That was insane. We just absolutely ate up Eldrazi Tron. That was not even especially close. Well, we'll bring in 2 Damnations, I think. Is Ashiok worth it? Probably not in this matchup. So 2 Damnations in. What are we cutting, though? Karn was great. I guess we can probably go down, like, 1 Big Nissa and 1... Actually, Vraska doesn't seem great in this matchup. Let's go down the Vraska. Run it like that. Well, that was... a pretty ridiculous performance for our deck. Good golly. We did not bring in Voidmere, even though it's insane, because we can hopefully snag it with our Karn. Our odds are higher of getting it with Karn than just drawing it as a one of. Well, would like to draw Ramp, but this hand's fine. Urza's mine. Expedition Map. All right, opponent's off to the fast start. Verdant Catacombs. Go. Opponent. Ugh, are they going to assemble Tron already? Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Untap. Swamp. Little Tarmogoyf, go. Yeah, we might be too slow here. When Eldrazi Tron drunkenly stumbles into Tron, they can do some pretty good things. They're not very good at setting up Tron. They don't try very hard, but when they just stumble into it, they can play a lot of stuff. It gets a blow, so wow, they got natural Tron, okay. And Ugin the Ineffable. And Expedition Map for free, and kills Tarmogoyf. Alright, that's pretty bad. Opponent passes. Ugh, his Damnation's not looking super exciting at the moment. Well, Tarmogoyf 2, tap land, go. Opponent untaps, plays a Blast Zoo. Pump fakes. Reality Smasher. Goes to combat, hits us, no blocks. Opponent takes a Ugin and passes. Well, play a land. Yeah, I think we're just too slow. Forest. Karn. And they have the Blast Zone. Take it down. Get a... We'll take the Damping Sphere, but I don't feel like any of this will save us because of Blast Zone. We'll take the Ugin. Yeah, opponent just had an absurd star on the play here. Opponent blocks. Gets to draw a card. Untaps. Takes up the Blast Zone. Oh my goodness, Dismember. Opponents. Ugins. Goes to combat. Attacks the Karn. Sure. Urza's Tower passes. Arbor Elf, eh? Like, do we even bother to Damping Sphere? Is there any way we possibly get out of this? Tempted to just scoop. Well, I mean, Damnation. Let you draw some cards. Eldrazi drives me insane. If you're gonna benefit from Tron, you should have to warp your deck to try to assemble Tron. That's my general rule. Opponent takes a Ugin. Plays Eldrazi Temple. Another Reality Smasher. Goes to combat. Attacks. We're at 8, so we're dead if we Karn Blast Zone. Alright. Well, I mean, I don't want to get yelled at. So, we will Damnation again. These Damnations are all drawing our opponent Eldrazi, though. Peatland. Playing Arbor Elf. Go. Opponent. Ugins. I mean, opponent had the full combo. They did the drunken stumbling into Karn, and they had the Ugin, and now they've drawn a Walking Ballista. Yeah, alright. Opponent, trying to learn how to cast Walking Ballista, figures it out, and we will scoop it up. Okay, well, we are on the play, and as we saw in game 1, we do have the tools to beat this deck. Our opponent is unlikely to have a draw that is that good again. Very unlikely, I'd say. We would really love to start, so this deck is very interested, let's say, in having a turn 1 mana dork. That's why we're playing 8 of them, which is a very high number. Alright, we'll keep this. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to interact with... Unfortunately, we don't have a way to interact with Tron. So if our opponent gets the drunken stumbling nut draw again, it's gonna work. Tower. Expedition map, alright? Ooh, okay. That is the absolute perfect draw. Peatland. Utopia Sprawl. On black. Tap, untap. Tap, Karn. Take it down. Yeah, that was... No, our turn for the nut draw. Damping Sphere. Cannot use her expedition map. Opponent. Actually, we probably should have got Voidmere. We'll get Voidmere next turn. Have double layers of protection. Radiant Fountain. Okay, gains a bit of life. Opponent passes. Well, let's Utopia Sprawl. On Gree. Tap, untap. Tap. Take down Karn. Get a Voidmere. Play the land. Liliana. Voidmere. Damping Sphere. And go. I like where we're at. I like where we're at on turn 3. Opponent, Cavern of Souls. That is a way our opponent can kind of get around the Voidmere for some stuff. Opponent, Matter Reshaper, sure. Well, we will tap, untap, tap, play Nissa, take down, get rid of the Matter Reshaper. Opponent hits what? Power Plant. Nissa, turn on a land. Hit, yeah, we'll let it go to waste. Hit you for 5. Tick up Karn on nothing. And pass the turn. Opponent needs maybe Reality Smasher? Reality Smasher would give our opponent some hope. Opponent. Alright, has the Reality Smasher. What do they kill? Gonna kill Karn. Sure. Well, we untap. We draw Catacombs. Now let's Ultimate Nissa. Catacombs. Draw a card. Crack Catacombs. Get a Forest. Draw a card. Tap, untap. Tap, tap. Play Carth. Get a Karn. Play Karn. Tick down for a Liquid Metal Coating. Take up Liliana. Discard the Fatal Push. Wow, this deck can do some explosive things. Pass the turn. If we can get rid of the Cavern, then our opponent's not going to be able to cast stuff anymore. Urza's Factory, sure. So, I mean, that's our next goal. Get rid of Cavern. Then our opponent doesn't have any way to make colored mana. And then the Voidmere is the hard lock. Opponent. Alright, has an Eldrazi. Wow, is this another one? Alright, another Reality Smasher. Well, that's a bit scary. Opponent goes to combat. Karn. Alright, Karn dies. That's fine. Carth triggers. We get a Liliana. Carth is pretty bonkers. Opponent passes. Verdant Catacombs. Draw a card. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Get a Forest. Draw a card. Take down Liliana. Do we? What do we do? Let's tap, untap. Tap Karn. Take down Liliana. Get rid of a Reality Smasher. Liquid Metal Coating. Get rid of the Cavern. And pass the turn. I think we're okay. Opponent's out of colored mana, which should make it very difficult for them to cast anything with Voidmere out. Opponent, combat. Carth is insane. Carth is insane. Opponent, what do you got? Going after Karn? Certainly. That is acceptable. Down to 2. Opponent passes. Well, we will take down Liliana. Get rid of Reality Smasher. Go after Urza's Tower. Kill it. Play a Garrick. Make a Beast. Untap. Liliana. Keep the new one. Carth. Finds a Grist. Tick up Liliana. Discard a Carth. And I mean, that should do it. We actually got to lock someone with Voidmere, which is kind of cool. All is dust, uncastable without colored mana. Get in with the Carth, and oh boy, if our opponent doesn't scoop, next turn is absurd. Next turn we can ultimate Garrick and Liliana. Because it's -1 to activate, thanks to Garth, and opponent. Wow. They got us in game 2 with the stumble into Tron nut draw. Game 3, good God. Good God. Carth is insane. That was spectacular. Wow. All right. Sweet. Much Abrew About Nothing time. We are Carth friending in Modern, and we'll keep this. We got ramp, no Carth, but ramp into Vraska, I guess? Ooh, Hardened Scales. Oh, there's our Carth. Well, Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Forest. Utopia Sprawl. On, I guess, black. Well, let's see if we're fast enough. Ink Moth. And Hangback Waka. Let's Field of Ruin. Blow up Ink Moth. Get a swamp. And pass the turn. I don't think we want to kill the Hangerback yet. I wonder why they're playing Grove of the Burned Willows. Kind of interesting. You don't usually see that in fair decks for the most part. I guess Tron used to play it, but Tron doesn't. Another Ink Moth, okay. Oh, Goblin. Spicy. I don't know what our opponent's doing, but it's spicy. Opponent. Passes. Do we need to leave up this Fatal Push is a question. Could we literally die this turn? Also worried about the amount of things this Hangerback's gonna make. We don't really have an easy sweeper. Well, let's play it patient. Let's Tarmogoyf. Verdant Catacombs. Pass the turn. I want to kill this Hangerback, but I'm worried that if we do, so we kill Hangerback, we shouldn't be able to die next turn. Ink Moth, Ravager, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're gonna Fatal Push it. Yep, opponent sacks, pings, get some Thopters. Okay, well, sure. See what our opponent can do. Ozolith. Okay, another Ink Moth. So many Ink Moths. Oh, and the Ravager. Okay. Well, this is all very bad. Very bad news. Now I don't even think we can play Vraska without dying. Opponent passes. Well, thin the deck. Karn would be an interesting draw. All right, get a tap land. Untap. Oh my goodness, we do draw Karn. Huh. If we play Karn, do we die? The answer might be yes. Our opponent can... Let's think about this. They sack. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. They sack this. Ozolith. Yeah, we do die. Whew. All right. Yeah, this isn't great. We're in a very fragile position on multiple levels. So we play Karn. In response, sack, 6 counters. Fire up Ink Moth. Sack, Ink Moth, Ozolith, dead. Yeah, I mean, I guess we gotta pass. Gotta pass and hide behind this Field of Ruin for now. If we can get if we can draw like a Fatal Push or get a bit more mana, then we can play the Karn and it would be good. Our opponent drawing triple Ink Moth that's what the problem is at the moment. Without the 3 Ink Moths, life would be so much easier. Opponent plays a land. Opponent just has too many things that we gotta deal with. Goes to combat. Passes. Well, we will also pass. Liliana. Well, play the land. Well, pass the turn. Yeah, pass the turn. Definitely very worried about where we're at. Are you going to do things? Ink Moth. Okay, sure. And untaps. Opponent. At least our opponent's drawing lands. Uh-oh. Ink Moth. Yeah. Ink Moth. Yeah. Attacks. Yeah, we'll take it. Oh, I don't think we cracked the peat land. I think we gotta wait and draw land. Grist. Okay, well, at least Grist is a card we can play. Is it worth killing the Ravager? We would have to sack the Goyf, but the Goyf's not doing anything. It might be worth it. Yeah, I think we have to. Grist. Painful, but I believe necessary. Yeah, sack the Goyf. Go after the Ravager. Alright, now opponent's got to do their thing. The bigger concern might be that our opponent goes in on a Thopter that we don't actually have an answer to at the moment. Okay, well, we don't got to worry about the Thopters. Oh, yeah, we do. Alright, opponent makes a 6/6 Thopter. They also get a bunch of Ozolith counters. And they ping our Grist. Well, at least we know what we're trying to deal with. At least we know what we're dealing with. We might be dying to a massive Thopter. Yeah, that is awkward. Opponent untaps. If our opponent only drew 2 Ink Moths, I think we'd be in great shape. But the third one, that is an issue. Opponent grows the Thopter. Fires up an Ink Moth. Hits us for a bundle. Really need a land. We really need a land. We go to 7. We're also at risk of dying to Goblin Bombardment. We're dying on multiple levels here. Opponent. Yeah, I guess you got us. Fair enough. Oh, yeah. Ink Moth Tribal. Tough. Well, Fatal Push in. Maybe Damnations? We probably need Damnations. Fatal Push Damnation in. Go down. What are our worst Planeswalkers? We can go down a Nissa. We can go down a big Liliana. Karn is actually good. Maybe just one Grist. Run it like that. Well, we're on the play, and our opponent probably won't have as many dorks on the top of their deck. All right, we get to play first. Well, we'll keep Forest and Utopia. Actually, you know what? Let's Arbor Elf. Play Arbor Elf. Go for the explosive play. This opens us up to drawing a Planeswalker and just casting it next turn. All right, opponent has a Bolt. Sure. Verdant Catacombs. Crack it. Get a Forest. Utopia Sprawl. On black. Tarmogoyf. Go. Well, come on, Carth. Come on, Planeswalkers. About it. Copperline Gorge. And what do you got? Walking Ballista X1. Planeswalker. Fatal Push. Go to combat. Hit ya. Huh. 4 power. Yeah, alright. We'll just let it go. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Was thinking about killing the Walking Ballista, but I think it's better just to wait. Opponent. Combat. Hits us. Sure. Down to 18. Ooh, Urza Saga. Strong Magic the Gathering card. Arcbound Worker. Okay. And Ravager. Well, we definitely need to Fatal Push Walking Ballista. Opponent pings. Sure. Alright, come on, Planeswalker. Untap. Well, alright. Carth. Go digging. For a Planeswalker. Please no whiffing. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh, we might have to pull out the calculator. That's unlucky. That's very unlucky. How many Planeswalkers are in our deck at the moment? Where's our... We sideboarded out, what? 2? 3. We still have enough that we should be not whiffing. Pass the turn. Well, Urza Saga. Gonna do its busted stuff. Yeah, we really needed to hit a Planeswalker there. Preferably Karn, but at least a Planeswalker. About it. Passes. Well, Fatal Push isn't bad. Go to combat. Do some attacking. See what our opponent does. About it. Makes a Karnstruct. Okay. Blocks Goyf. Takes 3. Yeah, let's Fatal Push the Ravager now. Pass the turn. Ugh, we might end up losing because we whiffed on that Carth. Opponent has a Bolt. Sure. Yeah, that Carth whiff is going to come back to haunt us. About it. We'll calculate it after the game. See how unfortunate it was. Makes a Karnstruct. Gets to tutor up Ozolith, maybe? Something busted, because Urza Saga is pretty insane. Animation module. And a tap land, and opponent attacks. Down to 50. We draw. Well, there is Karn finally. Is it too late? Play Karn. Do we tick down or tick up? Let's tick down. I mean, we got Karth, so we're going to tick down 1. Take a... what? Probably explosives. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1. Yeah, let's take explosives. Pass the turn. Staying on defense. And see what our opponent can do. Only 2 cards in hand. About it. Pathway. And Ballista. Well, thankfully it can't be activated. Servo. About it. This does mean we're going to have to chump with Carth, I think. Yeah. We need this Karn to live for now. So, chump. Carth sadly dies. Karn goes to 2. Last card. Throne of Geth. Alright. Well, this Engineered Explosives is looking solid. Arbor Elf. Well, Explosives on 0. Sack it. Play a Arbor Elf. Tick up Karn. Pass the turn. Opponent's out of cards. We might be stable here. Opponent, combat. Attacks Karn. Well, we'll just chump. Want to save the Assassin's Trophy for something better than a worker. Opponent passes. Ooh, big Nissa. And let's Karn take it down. Get a Ensnaring Bridge. Play Ensnaring Bridge. Pass the turn. And then I think we just... yeah, we'll crack this. I think we just kill the Ink Moth. Kill the Ink Moth, and then our opponent can't attack. And our Karn hopefully lives another turn. About it. Hardened Scales. Kill the Ink Moth. And now we hide behind the bridge. Opponent's going to float a mana. I mean, I don't know what they can do with the mana. I don't think anything. About it. Sure. Hardened Scales. And what do you got? Goes to combat. Passes. Well, I guess we just... Liliana. Get rid of the worker. Nothing to put the counters on. Take up the card. Pass the turn. I mean, we still do need to close out this game. Because if we don't close out the game, our opponent eventually will... Whew, all right. Opponent locked enough to scoop it up. Well, that worked pretty well. Yeah, how many planeswalkers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm curious. It obviously ended up working out, but what are the odds of whiffing with a Carth? I'm assuming it's pretty low. 16, sample size is 6, odds of hitting 1. Yeah, we're like 81%, even with our sideboard changes. So yeah, pretty unfortunate to straight up whiff, but well, all right. Run it back. Can we do it out the draw? Well, all right. I mean, we're going to keep. We don't have defense, but we can ramp into a Carth, Copperline Gorge, and Hardened Scales. That's a good one. Forest and Arbor Elf go. Would be sweet if we could get down Carth next turn. That requires Arbor Elf living. Urza Saga, Bustarino, and please no Walking Ballistas. Walking Ballista, of course. Yeah, well, that's not good. Verdant Catacombs. Crack it for a forest. Utopia Sprawl on black. Arbor Elf. Go. Well, we'll see. Opponent. Urza Saga. Doing its thing. Land. Combat. Passes. Well, tap, untap. Play Carth. Go diggin'. Karn's our best hit, I think. Grist. Well, Overgrown Tomb tapped. Ship the turn. Opponent gets to make a Karnstruct. Could use some removal. Could really use a Karn. At least Carth didn't whip this time. That would have been doubly brutal. So there's a Karnstruct. Opponent untaps. Are we making another one? We are. Sure. And they're going to be huge. Ugh. Yes, this is a pretty insane Magic card, especially in our opponent's deck with so many artifacts against Animation Module. Inkmoth Nexus. Things keep getting worse. Zabaz. Yikes. Opponent suddenly has a bunch of 5/5s. That's a land that made 2 5/5s by turn 4. That's absurd. That's absurd. Yeah, that card is definitely not long for this world. Well, tap untap. I mean, I think we're pretty dead, honestly. I don't see how we get out of this. We can play a Liliana. Yeah, I mean, this is just us purely losing to Urza Saga. Like, 100% Urza Saga win. Take down Liliana. Opponent. Sags a 5/5, because why not? We will play Grist. We will sack Arbor Elf. Kill Walking Ballista. Opponent pings the Grist. Well, okay. Used multiple Planeswalkers to more or less undo a single Urza Saga. but that's something. Opponent. Oh my god, Archmon Ravager. Yeah, and makes a dork. I mean, are we just dead now? Probably. Whenever a Ravager comes down, I think you're just dead. Opponent attacks our face. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Because they'd be sacking artifacts, so we take a huge beating. We draw a Tarmogoyf, which isn't super helpful. Isn't helpful at all. Yeah, we're just dead. Now Liliana, make a sack. They have the servos. Make an insect. Well, actually, we could take down and sack Carth, but the Ravager's still going to put all its counters on. I mean, we're just dead, right? Well, make an insect. Oh, mill the Karn. Play a Tarmogoyf. Well, if our opponent goes for it, we lose. Pass the turn. I guess our hope is that they don't go for it. Opponent untaps. How can we fit Urza Saga in our deck? That's always the question. How do you fit in Urza Saga? I don't know what we do with it, but it's just so good. I mean, our deck's doing sweet things. Our opponent just got too much value too quick with Urza Saga for us to really keep up. Opponent trying to figure out if they're going to try to kill us. Sex Zabaz. Puts a few counters on a Ravager. Yeah. Make some servos to... Oh, I guess they're just going to go for the fling kill. Assuming that we can't stop it. Which is going to work here. I mean, that's kind of cute to see a fling working. Opponent. Yeah, fair enough. Sure. Magic gods. Well, we learned a lesson about Urza Saga. It's so busted it makes fling playable. Alright, we'll get him next time. much brew about nothing time. We are Carthing in Modern. Hopefully we draw more lands. Well, Windswept Heath, crack it. Forest, and Utopia Sprawl on green. Opponent gets a mountain. I assume this is some sort of like prowessy, mono red prowess style deck. Opponent still would not mind drawing a land. We gotta expect Arbor Elf's gonna die, so drawing a land would be pretty nice. Opponent, Fiery Islet, and Soulscar Mage. Opponent passes. That's a land. So, alright, let's think about this. Verdant Catacombs. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's just play Utopia Sprawl on black. Play Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. I feel like this is a tricky matchup. About it. Please don't kill our Arbor Elf. We would like that mana. Manamorphose. Sure. Okay. Manamorphose makes red. And... Oh no. More Manamorphoses. Opponent. Land. Cracks it. Well, this looks like an Arclight Phoenix. Yeah, free spells for days. And I guess we die. Well, that's pretty busted. About it. Hits us for infinite. We will take it. Down to 12. Yeah, that's brutal. And a Soulscar Mage. Well, crack Verdant Catacombs, get a Overgrown Tomb tapped. We got a bunch of mana, but it doesn't stop our opponent. Alright, play this on black. Tap it. Carth. Go diggin'. Get a Liliana. Untap. Liliana. Make you sack. I guess this means our opponent can just get back the Phoenix again. Faithless Salvaging. Opponent pumps their dorks. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, I guess our opponent also had the double Manamorphose draw, which is unfortunate for us. Opponent. Just kidding. I take it back. Triple Manamorphose draw. Opponent. I honestly feel like Manamorphose should be banned. I really do. I feel like Manamorphose is the most unfair card that does nothing in Modern at the moment. If you can't Simian Spirit Guide, I don't know why you can Manamorphose. Opponent, maximize velocity. I mean, we're super dead. Nothing we do actually matters. And a Lightning Bolt. Yeah, good running. Jeez, So, Fatal Push in. I guess Ashiok. I guess we just gotta try to jank him out. Go down a couple Grist, go down the big Liliana, go down one Nissa, and I guess a little Liliana. Yeah, try like that. I mean, I guess we also lost the die roll there. We had a decent draw. We had a decent draw in the if we live past turn 3. But opponent on the plane just had the super duper fast start. So what do we want more than anything? Turn 1, Utopia Sprawl into Ashiok, I think. That seems pretty good against our opponent's deck. Well, we get to play first this time, which is a bit of a relief. Might actually have enough time to make some game actions before we die. Well, okay. We'll keep. We got a Fatal Push, which is nice. Forest and Utopia Sprawl on black. Go. Opponent. Mountain. Soulscar Mage. Well, Urborg. Liliana. Take it down. Opponent. Another Soulscar Mage. And an Islet. And passes. Well, take up Liliana. Discard a Windswept Heath. Alright, we give our opponent a free Phoenix. Play Field of Ruin. Blow up the Islet. Get a Forest. Pass the turn. Opponent's gonna kill Liliana. We are gonna kill the Soulscar Mage. Alright, well, there's a Phoenix in the graveyard. About it. How many Manamorphi do we have? Arid Mesa cracks it. Mountain. 1. Lightning Bolts. And Faithless Salvaging. Yeah, I mean, that is... Oh, we draw nothing. I'll play a Peat Land. Crack a Peat Land. Please, Magic Gods. Carth, that would be good if it was the first card we drew. Little worse at the moment. Faithless Salvaging. Lets our opponent loot. Discards a land. Back up to 2 cards. That was Manamorphose. Again, Swift Spear off the top. Opponent gets and hits us. We draw Ashiok. Oh, would have been so good earlier. Well, play a Carth, and looking like we might just be a little too slow. Those Manamorphoses, hard to keep up with. Carth. I guess we'll take a Nissa. We'll play a Castle Lockwayne. We'll pass the turn, but how do we not die? Is it even possible to not die here? Opponent gets in with Arclight. We need a way to deal with the Arclight. Opponent passes. We untap. Arbor Elf. It's a good card, but not good enough to save us. We'll play a Nissa Vital Force. We will ultimate Nissa Vital Force. We will dig for another Planeswalker. We'll get a Karn the Great Creator. Will it be fast enough? We really need Fatal Push, maybe. Draw a card. Arbor Elf. Crack it. Forest. Draw a card. Arbor Elf. Go. But are we literally dead? Dead to a Phoenix, dead to a Bolt. Mishra's Bobble. Well, that's not a Phoenix or a Bolt. Opponent hits us. Down to 3. We untap. Cracks to take a peek. Is there a way we can get out of this? So, let's think about this. We need to gain life. We also need to answer things. It's a tough combo. Well, tap, untap, tap, Karn. Tutor with Karn. See if we can find something to save us. Oh, this is tricky. Tricky. Options. Elixir of Immortality to gain life. But then we are still going to be beat by the Arclight. We can get Ensnaring Bridge. Play Bridge Ashiok. And can't get attacked by Arclight, but then we're dead to a Bolt. I think those are the only two realistic options. Which is better? So Elixir means we're not dead to Bolt, but it means we lose Karn, and then we can't tutor up. Yeah, I guess we just gotta fade this turn, so I think we gotta take Ensnaring Bridge. We play the land. Oh, no. Okay, we gotta say no awkwardly. Play Ensnaring Bridge. Play Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Hope our opponent does not draw the Bolt. Next turn, card can get life gain. Come on. Hold. Be good. Be good. Reward the Carth. Opponent. Top decks the Bolt. Well, fair enough. Much brew about nothing time. We are one land away from having a great hand. We're Carthing. Carth the Lioning in Modern. This will keep. We'll put very expensive Liliana to the bottom for now. Well, Windswept Teeth. Crack Windswept Teeth. Get a Forest and Arbor Elf. Go. Opponent, Abundant Growth. Alright, so appears to be Enchantress. This should be interesting. Planeswalkers are good at things, but killing enchantments, not one of them. Opponent, things for a while. Passes. That's a Carth. Well, we will Windswept Teeth. Crack it. Get a Overgrown Tomb untapped. Tarmogoyf. Hit ya. Down to 19. Snow-covered plains for our opponent. And Cephas. Sure. Well, Verdant Catacombs. Crag Verdant Catacombs. Get a Swamp. I think we got a Karn first, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3. Untap. It would be nice to get down Carth first, but I think we need to be able to start attacking our opponent's stuff with Karn. Play a Karn. Take down a Karn. Get a... Gotta be Liquid Metal Coating. Pass the turn. Well, can we eat enough lands to keep our opponent from locking us out of the game? Pass the turn. This might be a wild match. All right, let's see what you can do, opponent. Snow-covered plains. Enchantress's Presence. All right, so double Enchantress achieved. Not good for us. Opponent passes. We draw. Ooh, Utopia Sprawl. That I like. Utopia Sprawl. On black. Tap, untap. Tap. Carth. Go digging for a Planeswalker. Take Liliana. Land. Liquid Metal Coating. And start the Great Land Eating. And now we start attacking with Tarmogoyf. Well, we'll see. If we can keep our opponent at 3 lands, and they don't have like a Banishing Light or Oblivion Ring or something, that might be able to keep our opponent from winning. Opponent drawing 2 cards every enchantment's obviously not ideal. Opponent gonna add some mana production. Yeah, it's a bit of an issue. Opponent passing. Ooh, we might have to do this awkwardly. We might have to use Liquid Metal Coating to shut down the Sanctum Weaver. Oh. That's better. Much better. So, that was a really good draw. Now let's Fatal Push Sanctum Weaver. Grow the Goyf. play Liliana, take it down, get rid of the Siphus, eat the snow-covered forest, and I guess we just attack with everything. Like, this hits our opponent for 9. Oh, for 8, actually. I mean, I think we're still in good shape. Another Sanctum Weaver draws a card. Yeah, the quick Karn is keeping us in this game, and the insane Carth value. Carth is a really powerful card. Way better than I gave it credit for. Peatland. Well, yeah. Take down, get rid of the Sanctum Weaver. And opponent cannot overcome the Carth. Being able to take down Liliana 3 times in a row is insane. Insane! Well, I am deathly afraid of this matchup. I do not know how we consistently win it, but we got there that time, and that's all that matters. So Vraska can kill enchantments. Ugh, that's our one Planeswalker. So Vraska potentially ultimating a Planeswalker. I wonder if Ashiok's worth it. Opponent has some fetch lands. Our artifacts we can get from the sideboard. Grist seems a little hit or miss. I don't think Liliana Last Hope. Well, it does threaten to ultimate, but they're going to be able to lock up creatures. So we'll go down Liliana Last Hope. We'll go down a Grist. Maybe go down Oneness of Vital Force. Do we go down one more Grist? Is Grist even good in this matchup? I guess the removal's like somewhat helpful. Maybe we just go down a Tarmogoyf or Garruk. Do we need the overrun? I assume like Enchantress is so prisony. It seems unlikely to me that we're going to be able to just beat down with creatures and win most of the time. I think it's going to be like wreck you with a Planeswalker is going to be our main goal in this matchup. Well, alright, this is fine. Mana Dork into Liliana. Could use a Utopia Sprawl still. Opponent, they have Utopia Sprawl. And passes. Well, Windswept Teeth, crack it. Overgrown Tomb, untapped. Arbor Elf, go. Unfortunately on a basic, so we can't Field to Ruin it. Windswept Teeth. Do they have an Enchantress? Siphus, they do. Well, at least that's an Enchantress that we can kill. So, let's tap, untap. Tap, Field of Ruin. Liliana. Get rid of the Siphus. Pass the turn. Okay. And then next turn, depending on what our opponent does, we can either Carth or Grist. I guess we could also double Goyf, but Sanctum Weaver. Opponent. Temple Garden. Untapped. Sterling Grove. Okay. That's not ideal. So opponent's going to have a lot of mana, but no Enchantress currently. Well, Windswept Teeth, crack Windswept Teeth. Get a Forest. What is our plan? Sack, destroy a creature or Planeswalker, but this has Shroud. We could get the Karn. That might be our best bet. We could also just get down Carth and start trying to rush towards Liliana Ultimate. Yeah, I think 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we got to get down Karn. Get down Karn. Take down Karn. I think we get the Liquid Metal Coating for now. Take up Liliana. Discard a Goyf. Actually, do we discard Grist? Yeah, let's discard Goyf. I mean, if our opponent doesn't have an Enchantress, all this mana is not going to do much. Opponent discards a land. We pass the turn. Well, this is the big turn. What does our opponent have? Lots of mana, only 2 cards in hand. Did not upkeep Tutor. Do they have an Enchantress? Opponent. Another Utopia Sprawl. Okay, that's not an Enchantress. Last card. Oh my god, another Sanctum Weaver. Okay, sure. Opponent. Passes. I think this Karn's gonna save us. Ooh, even draw a land. Well, take down Karn. Take down Karn. Get Engineered Explosives. Yes. Engineered Explosives. Play the land. Explosives on 2. And, yeah, crack it. And opponent scoops it up. Okay, apparently we can beat Enchantress. Wow. This deck does some really cool explosive things. Might struggle with aggro a bit, but the good games are really insane. Well, alright. Much Brew About Nothing time. We are Carthing in Modern, and this hand has a lot of lands, and we're on the draw, but we can theoretically get down a fast Liliana. Opponent, Mishra's Bauble passes. Well, Windswept Teeth, crack it. I think we're going to take the safer but less explosive line of Utopia Sprawl on black. Not as explosive as Arbor Elf, but our opponent very likely has removal. Opponent, Baubles, draws, Inspiring Vantage, Soulscar Mage. Well, oh boy, we will continue to draw many a land. Vern Catacombs, crack it, get a Swamp. Liliana. Kinda tempted to tick it up because we have so many lands. Yeah, let's tick it up. Tick up. Discard Overgrown Tomb. Opponent. Discards also a land. Cracks the Arid Mesa. Sacred Foundry tapped. Opponent, Mountain, and Bolts. Alright, gonna kill the Liliana. Bolts the Liliana, attacks the Liliana. Although, we will play Arbor Elf. Play Windswept Heath. Pass the turn. If Arbor Elf lives, we can play Big Liliana, which would be sweet. We have so much mana that our opponent might not. Alright, they're going to kill it anyway, because why not? Since they have Lava Dart. Opponent going to go to combat, going to hit us. Alright, let's draw something we can play. Crack this. Overgrow Tube tapped. Down to 15. Soulscar Mage. Well, Nissa is something we can play. Play Nissa. Untap a land. Hope that our opponent cannot kill it. Actually, you know what? Maybe we just attack. Yeah, let's hit you. Opponent. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Last card. Lightning Bolt on Nissa. Goes to combat. Kills the Nissa. I'll play Utopia Sprawl. On black. Peatland. Liliana. Take it down. Expensive way to kill a couple Soulscar Mages. Let's see if we can find one more of something. Opponent, Sunbaked Canyon, cracks it, draws a card. Hits Liliana, of course. Well, play Karn. Down Karn. Wow, this is a tough choice. I think we're just going to take the bridge. Take the bridge for now. Pass the turn. Oh! Opponent scoops it up! Apparently the bridge was the correct choice. I figured our opponent could still burn us out, but... Alright, Fatal Push in. Fatal Push in. Liliana out. Damnation in. Nissa out. Are we cutting an Arbor Elf? Ooh, yeah. Alright, one more Damnation. Go down an Arbor Elf. Arbor Elf is just too easy for our opponent to pick off thanks to Lava Dart. Well, I didn't think we were going to get there that game, but we did. Alright, well, this isn't bad because we have Fatal Push, Inspiring Vantage, and Dragon's Rage Channeler. Well, Swamp and Fatal Push you. Go. Arid Mesa. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Yavimaya. And, yeah, let's just pass. I don't think we gotta necessarily fire off the Assassin's Trophy. I don't like letting our opponent surveil, but I also don't like giving our opponent free lands. A 3-mana Planeswalker would be sweet. Goes attacking. They're probably trying to set up Light Up the Stage. You know what? Yeah, let's kill it. Let's kill it. I mean, they can still light up the stage, but at least it's full price now, or requires extra help. Something we could cast this turn would be the best. Alright, full price light up the stage. 2 1-drops for next turn. Karn. Well, in that case, I guess we Field of Ruin. Blow up the white source. Grab a swamp. Pass the turn. Opponent. Well, we know the 1-drops are coming. Swift Spear. Opponent goes attacking. Hits us. Dragon's Rage. More light up the stage. That is scary. Mills. Bobble. Bedlam Reveler. Plays the Bobble. Surveils. Mills Soulscar. Tap land. Well, we'll see. Cracks, takes a peek. Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Get a... Oh, what are we doing? 1, 2, 3. None of these options are good. Vraska. Kill Dragon's Rage Channeler. Go. Opponent gets to draw an extra card. Do they get down a Bedlam Reveler? Crash through, draws a card. Goes to combat. Hits Vraska. Hopefully, if they can't get this down, we have a bit of hope. Okay, light up the... Wow, they've drawn a ton of light up the stages. Swift Spear, Wooded Foothills. Well, at least there's no Bedlam Reveler. Opponent, Foothills. Cracks it. That's a tiny bit of good news. Plays the Swift Spear. I'll play Windswept Heath. Play Carth. Go dig it. Get a Grist. Pass the turn. Well, I mean, we're still at 19, but our opponent still has 5 cards because of all those light up the stages, so I don't feel super safe at the moment, especially with 2 Swift Spears. Sunbaked Canyon. Alright, runs out the Bedlam Reveler. Plays a Bobble. Cracks the Bobble. Goes to combat. I mean, we will block with the Carth. Opponent passes. Draws a card. Ooh. That's an interesting draw. The question is, do we play it now or do we wait? Opponent's got 3 cards in hand plus a redraw. I think we're gonna wait one more turn. Play Grist. Take it up. Insect. Tarmogoyf. Go. We just want our opponent to have to play more of their hand, basically. Opponent, Sacks the Canyon. We just want our opponent to play all of their hand, and then have the Damnation be the hard sweep, and then hopefully Karn can just finish things out. Oh dear. Oh boy. All right. Well, we didn't really take Crash Through into too much consideration. Trample is frightening. 5 cards in hand still. Sacred Foundry. Untapped. Another Bedlam Reveler. Well, we'll see what they find. Opponent has drawn almost their entire deck. Bobble. Looks familiar. Growing the Dorks. And Lava Dart to kill the insect. Sure. Cracks, peaks. Well, let's see what they do. Goes to combat. Everything face. Well, we will block a Goyf, block a Swift Spear. Or block with a Goyf and block the Swift Spear. There's the Lava Dart. Yeah, so we take a bunch of damage. Opponent's going to be down to 2 cards, though, and we don't take that much damage. Oh, dear. All right, opponent's going to be down to 1 card. Opponent's just dumping their hand, getting in for as much as they can. We go to 15. We go to 7. But opponent gets to draw their card. But we get to Damnation away the board. Insect. Go. Opponent taps. What did they find? Swift Spear. Oh my goodness, and another Lava Dart. Okay, that is a excellent draw. Excellent. Opponent goes to combat, attacks us. Are they sacking a land? No. Maybe. Well, it's going to come down to what is our opponent top deck next turn. Wow, they do sack it. Okay. Well, yeah. We will play Verdant Catacombs. We will play Karn. We will take down Karn. We will get Elixir, make an insect. All right. We gotta survive a draw. If we survive this draw, we can gain life and we should be okay. Bolt kills us, Lava Dart kills us. Maybe other stuff we're not thinking of. Does our opponent top deck? They haven't cast. Oh, jeez, Wow. Wow. Was it a punt to play it? Oh my goodness, that is not good. Okay, well, we get to chump and stay alive. Wow, they top deck Shattering Spree. Okay. New plan. We gotta fade 1 more turn. We untap. Forest. Well, Karn. Tutor. Wormcoil. Well, same math as last time. Play a Wormcoil. We should probably technically leave up black, but I don't think it matters. Play a Forest. Is there any reason to kill this? Probably not. All right, make an insect. All right, no bolts, no bolts, no bolts. We can survive a Lava Dart. It's got to be exactly Bolt or something similar, and they don't draw it. Okay. Whoo! We overcame the aggro. Wow, that was ridiculously close. I think that's because we got the special border Wormcoil. Otherwise, probably would have been dead. Sweet, sweet. So what do we learn this week about Golgari, Carth, Super Friends, and Modern? And a little story for the deck. So this deck started as a 5-0 deck that someone played on Magic Online. Initially, I was just going to play their build, but I played a league with it. I went 2 and 3, and I saw some things I didn't like. The initial build, it didn't have Arbor Elf and Utopia Sprawl. It had Birds of Paradise and a Noble Hierarch, which felt kind of bad. It didn't have Karn, which I think is really powerful. So I thought, okay, I'm going to rebuild this deck into another league. So I rebuilt it in another league. Ended up going 2 and 3 again with the deck, with the new build, although the matchups are really weird. At one point, I played Dragon Rage Channeler Prowess 4 times in a row. So I said, all right, we're not just going to post Prowess.league. Let's do one more. Did that one, finished up 3 and 2 with that one. And you're seeing a mashup of those 2 leagues. So a 2-3, a 3-2 gives us a 50% win rate altogether. I gotta say, I think this deck, it's still a little rough around the edges, but boy is Carth way more powerful than I realized. I definitely did not give Carth its just desserts. The card is actually really insane, even in Modern, especially if you can ramp into it. And we got to see it do some really insane things, some really, really powerful stuff. Rushing the ultimates on our Planeswalkers, allowing us to repeatedly activate negative abilities that would normally run us out of loyalty, but never run us out of loyalty because we have Carth on the battlefield. So I really like this deck. I feel like this is the earliest stages, or maybe like the second stage, because it started as a 5-0 build. This is my rebuild of that deck. But I think the archetype is still in its infancy, but I actually think that Carth is going to be a Modern playable card. Like, after playing this deck and seeing the crazy things that it could do, it's going to take some brewing and tuning. Maybe it ends up being 3-color or 5-color rather than a green-black deck, but Carth is really insane. Most importantly, the deck is like a blast to play. It just does so many really cool, really unique things. So if you like Planeswalkers, if you like janky sleeper cards like Carth, I would definitely recommend the deck. Like I said, we are 50-50 as far as our win rate. So 50%, not bad for Abrew. Obviously not insane. It's not like we have 5-0, but I really think the potential is here. So if you end up messing around with Carth, definitely send me your list, because I'm going to keep brewing with Carth, keep adapting, keep updating, see what kind of broken thing we can do with it, because I got high hopes that Carth might actually end up being a pretty playable and really fun deck in Modern. So anyway, that's Golgari Carth. That's our bunch of brew for this week. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.